guys, welcome back to some more Motorsport Manager and part 4 of our Force India career in F1 2017. We're using the ice mod, of course, and just to let you know, I am recording these in advance, pardon me, because I've got exams coming up, so trying to get as far ahead as possible so I'm not stressed with YouTube and exams. So yeah, if I'm not implementing your feedback for a while, then you know why. Anyway, let's have a look at the standings. Obviously Perez is in 6th place, excellent result last time out with 3rd, and Ocon is doing solidly so far in 14th, meaning that in the constructors, wherever you see it, we are in 5th place, which is brilliant. We want to do that, want to be around there at the end of the season. Interestingly, we did have some debate over the rules in between episodes. It was something about changing the layout of the British Grand Prix. I voted against it. No, I didn't. I abstained against it, actually, because I wasn't bothered either way. And, well, the vote was thrown out by the big boys anyway. So, yeah, we're sticking with the normal British Grand Prix layout. But this weekend, we have the Russian Grand Prix, which is pretty cool. I thought I'd show you this part this time. We'll just be picking these sets of tyres. We always like a few more softer tyres. I don't think we've ever used hard, but yeah, maybe do that. I think that looks good. Yeah, and there's the parts. If you're interested, we have had a couple of parts come in since the last episode. We've got Perez using this sort of A-spec brakes, and I mean we could have Ocon on that one, but the reliability is a bit shoddy at the moment and the risk level is quite high. There's the rest of the parts if you're interested, but yeah, it's time to get into practice, but I shall see you for qualifying in just a second. There we have it then, the end of practice. Sorry about that desktop noise there. Yeah, finished 4th and 7th, which is, you know, fairly poor for us actually. It was a weather affected session. We did some race simulations on both compounds of tyres, and generally we looked alright, but yeah, we want to improve that for the qualifying session, which is going to happen right about now. It is a wet one. I wonder if we can somehow, it'll have to be that, let's go with that. I mean, I'm assuming that it's gonna remain like this, so we'll do that like that, and both drivers are quite happy with the car setup. Could be a little bit better, I think, but overall we're looking alright. So let's get into qualifying. Nearly pressed simulate session there, which would have been bad. We're going to have Perez out nice and early this time. Actually, it's Ocon's turn, isn't it, to go out just a little bit earlier, so he can go out now on the intermediate tyre and try and get a good lap in early on. And as soon as he's at the end of the pit lane, we will release Sergio Perez and turn auto on for him, and turn auto on for him as well. Yeah, hopefully that Ferrari picks up the pace just a little bit. We'll keep an eye on Ocon for the moment, and hopefully he can have a good qualifying session. We want to finish in the top 8 to get that sponsor target, as always. That is the target. And here we go, starting the flying lap. It is a faster flying lap round Russia than other tracks that we've been to this year. Ocon has looked a little bit quicker than Perez in qualifying trim, so it'll be interesting to see if that form continues into today's session. We're just looking to get through Q1 at the moment, so being in that top 15 is the main thing. Ocon looks like he's got quite a a decent amount of clean air, so there should be a clean lap from him. He is already 1.1 seconds off the pace, and that puts him that puts him second, third now. He is 1.6 seconds off Vettel's time. Perez is slotted into third. He's only 1.2 seconds off the quickest time, so Ocon 5/10ths down, which is disappointing to see. Actually, I thought he'd do a little bit better than that. But look at the weather forecast. We need to get in, and get in quickly, because the weather forecast has changed, and this track is just going to get drier and drier. We need to get in now. Ocon, we need to get you out, son, on these soft tyres. Go out there and get them. Perez, we need you out there as well, on the soft tyres. Go out there and get them. It looks like the weather is going to remain like this for the remainder of the Grand Prix, for the qualifying session, I beg your pardon. We'll keep an eye out on Ocon. He's 19th currently and in the drop zone, which isn't good. And Perez is on the cusp as well, which is even worse. So yeah, Ocon coming into his flying lap now. We may have went out a little bit too early. Maybe we should have waited a couple of more laps for the track to dry out a little bit more. But I personally think we need to just get out there now, get a time in before the rush. He's gone purple in Sector 1, not by too much though. Perez is set the fastest now, so Perez is going faster than Ocon. And here comes Esteban Ocon coming round the final corner now. This should be fastest for now. And it is 1:20.2, and Perez goes quickest with a 1:19.9, so that's 3.5 tenths quicker than Ocon. But now we just have to sit on that time. We are the first ones to go out there. Kvyat has gone quicker than Ocon, which is interesting because Kvyat has been, you know, near the back of the grid. Sainz Jr. has gone a little bit slower than him. We're just going to have to keep an eye on people. Keep an eye on Vettel right now. He's lighting up the timing screens, and he's a lot quicker than Sergio at the moment, but he is being held up by this car in front. But he should be going a lot quicker. And the rain started. So whoever gets their times in now is going to be at a greater advantage. Hamilton could be in trouble. He's coming through the final sector now. Here he comes, Lewis Hamilton. Is he going to be through? He is. He's only up to 11th though. What about Raikkonen? He's coming through. I don't think he's going to have done enough. They're all out. What about Verline? He's on his in lap. That's crazy. The rain just came at the end of the session and it saved us. But some big hitters are out in Q1 by the looks of things. We'll just wait for confirmation of all of this. Vettel quickest, of course, by a long way. Hamilton just squeezed through. He was one of the last ones to cross the line with a decent time, and then the rest of them just couldn't perform. Yeah. So yeah, Pascal Wehrlein, not a big surprise, he's gone. But Ricciardo and Verstappen, both Red Bulls out in Q1, as well as Kimi Räikkönen and Massa for the second time this year. I think Verstappen out for the second time this year as well. But both of our drivers in the top 10, nothing to really be proud about, because it's only because of other drivers' failings. And now we have bright sunshine. We will just have a look at the weather forecast. We will send out Perez first this time, because he deserves a chance of going out first, and then we shall send Ocon. We'll just put him on to auto first, put him on to auto, and then bring Ocon out as well. Esteban Ocon leaves the pits and starts his outlap, and he's just been overtaken by Marcus Ericsson there. Oh, well, they're going at it hammer and tongs here. Just let Ericsson go. Surely. That's got to be the decision. Although we are quicker than Sauber, so I do get where he's coming from. Let's keep an eye on Perez. He's got the car set up perfectly in that outlap. And here he goes. He's starting his lap now. And we'll keep an eye on him, because this could be a good lap. He's got the car in the optimum window. And yeah, it's dry weather conditions. It looks like it's going to remain that way for the remainder of the session, but we'll keep an eye on that. Hamilton and Vettel are going quicker than Perez at the moment, but yeah, well, Perez is about a second off their pace. So here comes Perez. What time's that going to be? That's a 1:19.8, which is pretty much equivalent to what he did in the first session. What's Ocon going to do? He's done better. He's done a 1:19.8 as well, but he has gone slightly quicker than Perez, about a tenth. So we're now 4th and 5th at the moment after the first run. I think we are going to have to go out for a second run, because although I don't know. But Ocon's showing his pace. He has been slightly quicker than Perez over the weekend, I would say, so far. So he is showing his pace there. We're in the top 10 currently, 4th and 6th in fact. Will we need to go out again? I mean, we're only sort of 3 and 4 tenths ahead. It's an interesting one. Definitely an interesting one. I mean, do we risk it? Do we risk staying in the pits here? They reckon they can do better. There is people going out. I think we're going to have to do it, aren't we? Apparently the track conditions are getting better, so we're going to have to be out there and trying to compete. So Perez is going to go out first because he's the one in more need of this time. Ocon's going to go next, and here we go. We're going to see what we can do here. It is a short out lap, so they should be alright. But we'll keep an eye on Perez first. This car's overheating a bit. Maybe it's the pressure getting to him. But there's people setting personal bests all over the grid, so we're going to have to pull out a good lap here. His car isn't in the optimum window. We'll just have to keep an eye on people, I'm afraid. Ocon's started well. Keep an eye on Perez. He's not improved in the first sector, so Perez is in a bit of trouble here. He's not improved in the second sector either. Here he comes round the last corner. There's a McLaren in the way. What's Perez going to do? Slower. And Ocon comes through, and he's gone slower as well. So yeah, both drivers going a lot slower. Alonso's gone up to 4th, but luckily nobody seems to have improved. Even though track conditions were getting better, nobody seemed to improve there, and no real shocks going out in Q2. The home favourite's gone though, and both Haas cars, so we'll have a quick look at that. So it's Romain Grosjean, Kevin Magnussen, Sainz Jr., Kvyat and Marcus Ericsson. So we go into Q3. Yeah, I don't know whether we're going to get the positions that we've been getting in Q1 and Q2. It's difficult to say right now. Do we go out there early, or do we wait for the lull in the middle? I think we go out early. It's just something we always do. We'll let him go out first. I know it should have been Ocon's turn this time, but hey ho, he's going to go out, and then increase that, and then do that. Take a sip of the beer, and we'll watch Perez because he's the first one out there. Perez getting a lot of screen time today. Stroll yet again has gone through his tyres, so yeah, don't quite know how that's going to go for him. Perez a decent first sector, but he's going to go for virtually the same time that he's been doing all the way through. This is bound to be a 19.8, surely, is it? 19. no, 20 flat, and well, Ocon's done a 20.1, so not the best start from us, to be honest with you. I'm just going to have to drive back round. Stroll isn't going to be contending. Hulkenberg has gone fourth. What's Palmer going to do? He goes 8th. So we're 5th and 6th at the moment, which would match our performance from the last Grand Prix, which was pretty good. I think we take advantage of this sort of lull in traffic, and we send Perez out now. And then we send Ocon out as well. Because clean air could be king here. And we'll have the track to ourselves for a lap, which is hopefully going to be crucial. Hopefully nobody comes out just as Perez is coming through, but you never know. Well, there's Vettel coming through, but I don't think Vettel's going to catch him up. Let's keep an eye on Sergio Perez. Let's see how he does. Come through the first sector. That is a personal best, so that's a good start. Let's see how he does coming through sector 2. Personal best again, and this is a much better lap. He comes round the final corner. Sergio Perez comes through, and he goes up to 4th with a 1:19.7. His personal best of the weekend. Ocon yet again poor on his second lap. But we are 4th at the minute. Hulkenberg has improved, but can it get up to 4th? So it looks like that is going to be the order. We'll keep an eye on Fernando Alonso, because he's a man that could challenge us. He's gone personal best in the first 2 sectors. Let's see how he does in the 3rd sector. He's coming through now, and he goes 5th. So that's knocked Ocon down to 7th. Nobody else can improve. And that is going to be that. Sebastian Vettel will start on pole for Ferrari at the Russian Grand Prix. We've got Hamilton behind him and Bottas in 3rd. And then Perez starting 4th. Our best qualifying of the season. That's fantastic. And the more points we can get out of races like this, where other teams aren't necessarily performing, the better. So there you have it then. The top 10. Ocon finishing a respectable 7th, out-qualifying the likes of Palmer, Van Dorn and Lance Stroll. So let's get into the race. There's a chance of rain, 40% chance of rain I think was said in the email beforehand. We are going to go for this and this. Or should we go race trim? Race trim and that. Yeah, I think we do. And then race trim and soft tyres. There we go. Driver strategy. We'll push. I mean, do we start the race on super overtake and see how it goes? Let's attack. Let's see if we can get another podium in this race. Here we go then. 5 red lights. Lights out, away we go. Perez not off to a good start off the line, but he's up to 3rd because Bottas had a terrible start. We will keep to this pace over the first lap. Ocon down to 10th. That's a disappointing start for him, but Perez in 3rd at the moment. We'll keep an eye on Perez. He's having a look at Lewis Hamilton in the first sector. He's on the super overtake button at the moment, just for the start of the race, to see how he gets on. We're going to put auto on these so they can use them at their own desire. Perez is just going to settle into 3rd now by the looks of it. We're going to go on medium and neutral for that. And the first lap is done. Ocon not off to a good start. He's up to 9th now, but yeah, started 7th and he's down to 9th. The likes of Stroll and Hulkenberg ahead of him. Magnussen in 6th. What a start he's had. What is going on with Kevin Magnussen? Let's keep an eye on him. He started 12th, I think, and he's already up to 5th. The safety car is out. I don't quite know what's happened. Sainz Jr. has crashed. don't know where, but he's blown up apparently. Now we could pit now, but then and then we'd be back at the back of the field. I think Ocon has to pit now. I'm going to bring him in and put him onto the hard tyres. I said we wouldn't need them, but we're going to put him onto the hards. We might as well go for safe. So he'll come in. Perez, I don't know, it's a difficult one, because you know what we're going to do it. We're going to switch both drivers' strategies. We're going to put Perez onto these medium tyres. We might as well go safe as well. My thinking behind it is that if we get in now, we shouldn't lose too much, and the leaders are coming in as well, so it doesn't look like we're going to get lose too much out of it. I mean, we are 14th now, Ocon down to 18th, so yeah, safety car is out, and we're going to go on full speed for now until the safety car pits. Perez is currently in 14th, but look at the amount of cars that haven't pitted ahead of him, so he's got a massive advantage over all of them. Magnussen is currently leading the race. Vettel is in the net race lead with Hamilton in second, and then Alonso in third. So Alonso's jumped us in the pit stops. I guess that's because we went for safe. And yeah, we'll have to just keep an eye on the safety car when it comes in, apparently at the end of this lap. So we're going to put Perez on super overtake and push. We'll put Ocon on overtake and push as well. See if Perez can take advantage of this restart. And here we go, the safety car is heading for the garage now, and we'll hopefully be able to take on Raikkonen in this first lap after the safety car. We're going to keep an eye on Sergio Perez as we come round the final corner. We'll move back to this speed. Safety car is in, so now we start racing once again. Perez already passed Raikkonen and Ericsson, and he's coming past Van Dorn or Fernando Alonso now, so we've made back the position that we lost, which is great news. And he's now coming up on Romain Grosjean by the looks of things, and he's going to go around the outside, doesn't quite pull it off. Ricciardo is the one ahead of him. He's had a good start, starting 18th on the grid or something silly like that. Perez into the top 10. What an overtake! He's just pulled off on Ericsson, sorry, and he's now having a look at Daniel Ricciardo down the inside. We're going to stay on super overtake just for half a lap here. He goes around the outside of him there, so it was Daniel Ricciardo. He's up into 6th place, which is very, very good. But who was that? Bottas has just overtook him, re-overtook him I should say. We'll now move Ocon back down to medium neutral. So Vettel is setting the fastest laps of the race right now. Perez has lost a place to Ricciardo, so Perez is currently in 8th. The rain started. The rain has started. We've got enough time to pit Ocon, which is sort of knackered his strategy, but never mind, we'll get him in there. It is going to get more and more rainy, so yeah, Ocon comes in. Perez is going to have to come in this lap, so this has neutralised the race once again. Unbelievable stuff. Yeah, annoying. Wouldn't have mattered anyway, even if we'd stayed out, because we'd have had to pit by now. But here comes the rain. Perez down to 9th as it stands. But people like Magnussen, like Verstappen, all of the people ahead of us are going to benefit massively from this. But they haven't pit yet. Perez comes into the pits for his intermediate tyres. Or is that Ocon? Oh, they're both in at the same time. Perez couldn't have lapped Ocon, surely. There's no way Perez has overlapped Ocon. Well, maybe Ocon got through the start-finish line as well. But yeah, here we go. We're just going to have to come back into this race. We're now on the intermediate tyres, which should theoretically mean we've got a better chance than the people on slicks right now. Somebody's just come into the pits. I think that was Ricciardo. So we're back up to 10th instantly, or 8th it is now. We're closing in on Pascal Wehrlein. We should be quicker than him anyway. Some people have gone on to the wet tyres, but I think we're going to just grin and bear it because the drier weather is coming soon. So we just need to grin and bear this for the next couple of laps. Ocon is doing okay. I think we can attack on these tyres. We'll see how that goes. Perez closing in on Wehrlein, but still not quite past him yet. We've got Hülkenberg ahead of us as well. Grosjean currently in 4th. Verstappen is the one leading the race. No, we're not going to change tyres just yet. But Raikkonen has just made a pass for us for 8th place. We need to get past Pascal Wehrlein, and we are going to try and overtake him. There we go, we're through. So we'll reduce that back down to medium. Now we're closing in on Raikkonen. People are coming in for the wet tyres by the looks of things. So Perez is currently back up into 4th place. I don't think it's what's wrong? Oh, the suspension's knackered. I don't think the best decision is to go on to wets, because as you can see, in 2 or 3 laps time we'll be ready for dries again. Yeah, let's just keep going on these tyres. Let's push the living daylights out of them, and hopefully manage to catch up to Max Verstappen. We are now into 3rd place. Everybody else is on medium tyres though, wet tyres. But the weather is getting better. We should surely come into play now. Hülkenberg is catching up, but I think we are on the better tyres. Ocon is up into 10th, and now we are quicker than the people on the wet tyres according to that first sector split, although, well, yeah, we are much quicker. The weather forecast is getting better. We will go one more lap and then push onto the softer tyres. We'll go for those, and we'll have to fix his suspension because that's going to break. So yeah, Ocon, he's going to have to pit this lap as well. He's going to put those on. His brakes, that's not his brakes, that's his gearbox, isn't it? Yeah, they need to be fixed. So there we go, we'll keep an eye on them as the lap goes on. Perez is currently in 3rd position at the moment. He's going to make up quite a bit of time on these intermediate tyres, so maybe we have been vindicated now by our decision to stay out there on those intermediate tyres, and now we'll go on to the drier tyres and hopefully go till the end of the race, which will be very, very good indeed. So Perez is in a nice healthy car now, and so is Ocon after this pit stop, and yeah, we should be very, very happy with this. Perez currently in 4th, so that's the minimum he's going to get today. He's probably going to get 3rd because Grosjean is out there still on intermediate tyres, so yeah, we're not going to push on those tyres anymore. We'll just go nice and easy. But who's in 5th? That's Magnussen on the intermediate tyres. They will be quicker because it is still damp, but surely he's going to come into the pits this lap. No, he's not. So the Haas team have gone for a very interesting strategy. They're just still out there on the intermediate tyres, which is interesting to say the least. I mean, Grosjean's nearly pulled out a gap to be able to stay ahead of us, but yeah, interesting one. Yeah, we'll put them two on high fuel consumption, and hopefully that'll improve the pace a little bit. So Perez is going to be in third position, surely, because Grosjean's got to be in the pits. He is. So Perez up in the third position, looking like he's going to get 2 consecutive podiums. Let's have a look at Ocon at the minute. He's currently about 6 seconds down on the likes of Magnussen and Kvyat. So we're going to push him a bit harder and see if he can get up there. Need him to push hard and catch up to Kvyat in front. He is picking up time quite well. He's setting personal bests out there. Perez currently 4 seconds ahead of Nico Hülkenberg, but he is catching up to him. Ocon in 12th position at the moment. He's catching up to Danny Kvyat at a good rate. And probably enough to pass him in the next couple of laps. Here comes Ocon on Danny Kvyat. He's having a look down the inside on the homeboy, and well, that almost went right. It was a good try, but Kvyat holding firm. We need to get past him soon though, because we are running out of excess fuel. We're going to have a look on the straight, hopefully. Here he comes. No. Maybe have to go on just high now, just so we can get to the end of the race. We'll keep an eye on Sergio Perez. He's a good distance ahead of Nico Hülkenberg. Grosjean 5th. What a brilliant strategy he had. Yeah, very, very impressed. Ocon is still trapped behind Danny Kvyat, and now he's losing a little bit of time to him. We've only got a couple of laps left, so it looks like Ocon's going to miss out on points this time, which is a big shame. I mean, maybe we could try having a look this time. Surely we've got to try and get past. Nah, it's not going to quite go for him, so we're going to just have to go medium and medium for the last lap and hope maybe that Kvyat's tyres drop off significantly enough so that we can pass him. We are catching up to Palmer as well, so there's a chance. There's a chance here. Well, is it going to happen? Perez has finished 3rd, by the way. Or he's going to finish 3rd. He's coming around the last corner now. Perez finishes 3rd for his 2nd consecutive podium, which is brilliant, brilliant news. Ocon still on the final corner here. He's having a look at Kvyat, can't quite get past him, and he has to settle for 12th place, and that is a bit of a shame for Ocon. Yeah, the hard tyres were probably the difference there. Getting trapped behind Perez with the mistake in the pit stop as well, so Ocon a little bit unlucky, it has to be said, but he did get off to a poor start, which got him in the mess in the first place. Anyway, there we go, there you have it. The Russian Grand Prix, quite an intense one, very strategic with the sort of wet weather conditions, and yeah, a 2nd consecutive podium for Sergio Perez. We can be very, very pleased about that. They're checking the cars, no rules broken, and so there you have it, 3rd position. He's received a drive-through penalty. Carlos Sainz Jr. crashed out of the race. And yeah, it was Lewis Hamilton that won the Grand Prix. And we finish on the podium once again, which is brilliant news. Hamilton then takes the lead of the Drivers' World Championship. Perez is up to 4th, which is good for him. Esteban Ocon is down in 16th, which is not good. And maybe we have to look for a new driver for next season, you never know. But we are up to 4th in the Constructors now, just ahead of Renault in 5th, Williams a further 10 points back. So it's looking like a tasty battle for 4th place in the Constructors this year. Yeah, let's just continue on a little bit and see what effect that race has had on our drivers and the chairman, Vijay Mallya. I'm pretty sure he'll be pleased with another podium in the bag, which is unbelievable, as I said. Yeah, happiness 100%. Very, very good. both drivers' stats are going up, increasing. Yeah, his relationship's gone up with an engineer as well, which is interesting. Perez has still got that dodgy neck, and still pulling out a podium, which is wonderful news. So let's see if there's any notices for us. I don't think there will be. Nothing of note really. Mercedes looking in good form. We've got another interview which we'll have a quick look at now. Yeah. Yeah, Ocon not happy with that. I would love to bring Hamilton in, but that's never going to happen, is it? Let's be honest, Hamilton's not going to join Force India. But yeah, that is where we are going to leave this episode. I will see you for the Portuguese Grand Prix in a couple of days' time. If you are enjoying this series, make sure you leave a like down below, especially if you enjoyed this episode. And yeah, hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.